We are remembering the life and legacy of former President Jimmy Carter. The longest living U.S. president died yesterday at his home in Plains, Georgia. Zach Merchant shares more on Carter's impact during his presidency, and beyond.
Here in Plains, you can almost sense a kind of collective communal sigh, the kind that comes from grief that is not unexpected, but is no less sad. Jimmy Carter was in hospice care for nearly 2 years. He was 100 years old at the time of his passing. But his death means that this small South Georgia community that he has called home for nearly all of those 100 years has now lost the man that has been its anchor. He was a state legislator that became a Georgia governor and then the 39th president of the United States. But Carter is one of the rare commanders-in-chief for whom it could reasonably be argued he was as well known for his work after leaving the Oval Office as he was for his time in it. His years of philanthropic work with the Carter Center and Habitat for Humanity changed countless lives and became signature parts of a century-long legacy. And his decades-long dedication to his work as a Sunday school teacher here in Plains fortified his relentless commitment to the small community he has called home for nearly all of his life. Over the course of the last few months, we've gotten the chance to speak several times with Carter's grandson, Jason. I asked him a few months ago in September about what memories stood out to him as he reflected on President Carter's legacy. His answer reflects the sense of a man who rose to the highest peaks of world power, but kept his roots in the same Georgia clay where it had always been planted.
The things that I think about that stop me in my tracks about my grandfather are not about public legacy, but they're about, the going fishing, or, this is, him teaching my kids how to shoot a gun or how to clean a catfish. Those are the things that are the personal side for me that stop me.
Formal announcements regarding funeral services are expected later this week. In Plains, Georgia, I'm Zach Merchant.
And we are learning that Carter's state funeral will be January 9th. President Joe Biden also declared that day will be a national day of mourning. Reactions are pouring out on the former president. Last night, President Biden remarked that Jimmy Carter was an extraordinary leader, statesman, and humanitarian. He also praised the late president for his remarkable leadership and his simple decency.
He forged peace, advanced civil rights, human rights, promoted free and fair elections around the world. He built housing for the homeless with his own hands. And his compassion and moral clarity lifted people up and changed lives and saved lives all over the globe.
He went on to say President Carter lived a noble life full of meaning and purpose.